Well, your high three just went up. Maybe you got a nice step increase. Maybe it was from the good COLA that we just had. But now the question comes, how long do I have to stay working to get benefits in retirement for my increased high three? If you've ever wondered the answer to that question, then stay tuned for this Fers Federal Fact Check. All right, we have a great question that's come in from Constantine, and it's something that I get quite frequently, regardless on the size of COLA that we're going to get. Maybe it's a step increase, maybe it's a job change, maybe it's these other things. It says, hey, I want to get the most out of my federal benefits because I've been working for 30 plus years with the federal government, and now my pay has changed. How long do I have to work in order to get the most benefit for my high three? So that's a great question, and we're going to talk about that. But I don't think it's the right question, right? So we can have good questions and say, let's really understand our benefits, but then we can have questions say, hey, is it really the right question I should be asking? And I think the answer might be no. So we're going to talk about that one as well. Let's answer the technical piece of it first, which is what happens when you get a pay increase. Let's go over the high three. The high three is your highest 36 consecutive months of pay. Generally, it's the last 3 years of your pay, but that does not mean what it has to be. If you were at a higher paying career, maybe you relocated to someone with a higher locality pay for a certain period of time, then you move somewhere else, wherever in your federal history you was your highest 36 months of consecutive pay, that's what's going to be used for your high three. Now, one of the things that comes up is when we have a step increase, when we have maybe moved because the locality pay comes through, or there's a big COLA that comes in, what happens to our high three? So let's give a quick example. Let's kind of walk through the numbers, and let's say your high three was $100,000, just because it makes my math super easy. Or your current pay was $100,000. Well, in 2021, your pay was $100,000. For simplicity, in 2022, your pay was $100,000. And then in 2023, let's say you had a step increase, you move, and then we had the big COLA all at once. And now your pay is $120,000. Well, what's your high three? Well, one of the things, in order to get any benefit really from this $120,000 of your increased pay, you gotta work for the entire year because it's based on your highest 36 months, right? If you retired in January of 2023, your annualized salary is $120, but it's only based on how much you were actually paid. So they look at January at the higher rate, then they would go back the other 35 months, and that's how they come up with the 36 months of your pay. So you gotta work till the end of the year to get credit for that. Then what OPM would do, they would add this up. If I add it up really quickly, that's $320,000. They're going to take that $320,000 and then they're going to divide it by 3, right, or by 36 to get your months. It's going to divide into roughly, that's going to equal your high three of $106,000. That's your high three, your highest 36 consecutive months of pay. So just because you got that increase, which is great, it's going to take a while for that to kick in. So here's the question that comes up a lot is saying, well, Micah, now that I got this increase in pay, I should really wait and work another 3 years so I can get the full benefit, and my high three could be $120,000. Possibly, right? But I don't think that's the right question. I think the right question is, number one, how much do you want to spend in retirement? What type of retirement lifestyle do you want to have? I think this is a great question you should be asking. How much a month do you want? Now, if you don't know what that is, start with what you're spending today. What are you spending today? 100% of what's deposited in your bank account every month. Yes, there's going to be some people out there that it's wrong. It's going to disagree. It's slightly number. But I'm just telling you from experience working with a lot of federal employees, it's pretty close to the right number. Start with 100% of what you were paid right now. Net pay, not your gross, right? Your net pay, that's how much you need to plan on replacing for retirement as a way to start. So if that's how much we need to replace, well, can I do that today? Right? Between your TSP, between your Fers pension, maybe a supplement, maybe Social Security, all these other incomes, can you replace that income today? If you can, then no, you don't need to wait another 3 years to get the most out of your high three. Yes, your pension will be lower, but you're going to be in retirement 2 years sooner. So it's about solving for what you need, not always getting the most out of your pension. If we solve for getting the most out of your pension, it's very simple, never retire and always work. Right? Because every year you work, your pension goes up, not only because hopefully your pay is increasing, but also the percentage goes up. You get an extra 1% a year. Then if you work past age 62 with more than 20 years of service, you get an extra 10% bump in your pension, right? So you could always make an argument to work longer, but the point is to what end? You got to look at what you're solving for and then back into that math. So if you need help with that, if you have questions with that, that's why we are here. We're here to help answer those federal employee questions. You can jump on our website at planyourfederalretirement.com. You can schedule an initial consultation to meet with me or one of our other advisors and know and really understand what your benefits are. Keep in mind, our goal is to help over 1 million federal employees with their retirement, and so we can't achieve that without you. Share this content out there, put comments inside helps, and until next time, happy planning.